It's a deadly alliance, born in nostalgia, driven by religion, and armed with drones. On the surface, it may look like business as usual between Turkey and Pakistan. But beneath the surface lies a much more dangerous equation, one that is challenging India's national security and reshaping the regional power balance. As India responded to Pakistan's latest drone incursions, forensic reports reveal the unmistakable signature of Turkish-made Asisguard Songar drones. But this isn't just about weapons. This is about ideology. This is about neo-Ottomanism. This is about Recep Tayyip Erdogan's messianic dream of leading the Muslim world and Pakistan's ambition to ride that dream with its own neo-Mughal fantasy. Hello and welcome. You're watching Statecraft with me, Geeta Mohan. It all began 2 decades ago when Recep Tayyip Erdogan and his Justice and Development Party or AKP came to power in the year 2002. Back then, Turkey was being hailed by the West as a model of moderate political Islam compatible with democracy. But that illusion didn't last. Underneath the surface of democratic optics, Erdogan was laying the groundwork for what would become his signature foreign policy, neo-Ottomanism. The term itself first emerged in the early 1990s, coined by journalist Cengiz Çandar. But it gained real teeth under Erdogan, who transformed nostalgia into state strategy. Neo-Ottomanism isn't just about reviving the grandeur of the Ottoman Empire. It's about establishing Turkish leadership over the Islamic world, politically, culturally, and who knows, even militarily. And where history couldn't back his ambition, Erdogan rewrote it. Central Asia, the Caucasus, the Arab world, all were redrawn within Ankara's sphere of influence. And when that wasn't enough, Erdogan fell back on Islamist solidarity, anchoring his foreign policy around the Organization of Islamic Cooperation and weaponizing pan-Islamic identity as an extension of Turkish power. Today, Erdogan doesn't just want to be Turkey's president. He wants to be the Caliph, the leader of the Ummah. But dreams need fuel, and for Erdogan, that fuel is military capability. In the last decade, Turkey has transformed into a regional defense giant. Turkish drones, especially the Bayraktar TB2 and Asisguard Songar models, have seen action in Syria, Libya, Azerbaijan, and now India. Recent drone attacks traced back to Pakistan have confirmed Turkish involvement. Indian investigators found drone remnants of Asisguard Songar models, lethal, unmanned systems capable of launching grenades, assault rifle fire, and smoke canisters. With operational radar of up to 5 kilometers and night vision capabilities, these drones are tailor-made for asymmetric warfare. And that's exactly how Pakistan is using them. After India's decisive Operation Sindoor on the 7th of May, which struck terror camps across the LOC, Pakistan retaliated not with men, but with machines. Turkish machines. Behind the scenes, Erdogan reaffirmed solidarity with Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, covertly supplying drones and ammunition. But this military support is just the surface. The deeper link is ideological. The symbolism could not have been louder. Just days after Operation Sindoor rocked Pakistan's terror infrastructure, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif landed in Istanbul, not to de-escalate, but to embrace. His meeting with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan was more than routine diplomacy. It was a defiant declaration of alliance, a show of Islamist brotherhood in the face of international concern. Sharif posted a photo of himself walking hand in hand with Erdogan, and in his message, he gushed about the unshakable bonds of brotherhood and cooperation. Trade, investment, security, the usual talking points were there, but make no mistake, this meeting was about solidarity in conflict, not commerce. Erdogan echoed the sentiment. In his response, he spoke of unity, togetherness, and everlasting brotherhood, directly thanking Sharif and reaffirming Turkey's unwavering support. This isn't optics. This is orchestrated. It's Erdogan using soft power gestures to legitimize Pakistan's aggression. Is Sharif signaling to India and the world that Pakistan stands firmly with its neo-Ottoman patron, not just in ideology, but also in action? As India grapples with Turkish drones raining across the LOC, its Prime Minister is being thanked in Istanbul with brotherly hugs and poetic prayers. What we are witnessing isn't just a bilateral meeting. It's the consolidation of a pan-Islamist alliance, cloaked in religious language and hardened by battlefield cooperation. For India, this is a red flag, not just on paper, but waving in plain sight. At the heart of this Ankara-Islamabad equation is a shared Islamist worldview. For Erdogan, the India-Pakistan conflict is not just a territorial dispute, it's a religious war. For Field Marshal Asim Munir, Pakistan's army chief, Hindu phobia is an operational doctrine. When Munir gave a communally charged speech in April, echoing Erdogan's framing of Kashmir as a Muslim struggle, it wasn't a coincidence. It was a mirror.
पाकिस्तान की कहानी अपने बच्चों को जो है आपने जरूर सुनानी है ताकि वो पाकिस्तान की कहानी ना भूलें. Well, our forefathers they thought that we are different from the Hindus in every possible aspect of life. Our religion is different, our customs are different, our traditions are different, our thoughts are different, our ambitions are different. That was the foundation of the two-nation theory that was laid there. That we are two nations. We are not one nation. So because of that, our forefathers, they struggled, mounted that incessant struggle to create this country. Our forefathers, they have sacrificed immensely. And we have sacrificed a lot for the creation of this country. And we know how to defend it. My dear brothers and sisters and sons and daughters, please don't forget this story of Pakistan. And don't forget to narrate this story of Pakistan to your next generation so that their bond with Pakistan, it never weakens. Whether it is the third generation or the fourth generation or the fifth generation, they know that what Pakistan is for them. आज तक इंसानियत की तारीख में सिर्फ दो रियासतें हैं जो कलमे की बुनियाद पर बनी हैं. पहली जो थी उसका नाम है रियासत तैयबा, क्योंकि तैयबा जो है वो नबी करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने उसको नाम दिया था. और जबकि कुरान में उसका नाम है यसरब, या अहले यसरिबा ला मुकाम लकुम फरजिउ, ये कुरान में नाम है उसका, जो आज जिसको मदीना अल मुनव्वरा कहा जाता है. और दूसरी रियासत जो है वो उसके 1300 साल के बाद अल्लाह ताला ने ये आपकी बनाई है कलमे की बुनियाद के ऊपर.
Turkey has consistently backed Pakistan's Kashmir rhetoric in international forums. In 2020, Erdogan went so far as to equate India's actions in Kashmir with the Allied assault on Gallipoli. And when India extended humanitarian aid during Turkey's devastating 2023 earthquake under Operation Dost, Erdogan returned the favor, not with gratitude, but with drones for Pakistan. For both leaders, Islamism is policy and jihadism is a legitimate modus operandi. From backing Hamas in Gaza to supporting Kashmir-based terror networks, Turkey under Erdogan has become an ideological incubator for global Islamist militancy. But why is Pakistan the preferred partner? Because Pakistan has its own revisionist dream, a dream that mirrors neo-Ottomanism. A dream some scholars refer to as neo-Mughalism. Much like Erdogan weaponizes Ottoman nostalgia, Pakistan's military intellectual elite has started mythologizing the Mughal Empire to craft legitimacy for its modern statehood and ideological jihad. They see Kashmir not just as land, but as a spiritual heirloom. They draw false historical lines between Lahore and Agra, between Babur and Jinnah, between Mughal conquest and Pakistan's irredentism. True historians will tell you the Mughals were Indian emperors. Agra, Fatehpur Sikri and Delhi were the beating hearts of Mughal India. But Pakistan is determined to rewrite history, to claim the Mughals as their ancestors and use that narrative to justify expansionism and terrorism. This is why Pakistan clings to Kashmir. It's not just a territorial obsession, it's an ideological addiction. It proves Pakistan's Islamic credentials in the eyes of the Ummah. It plays to the domestic gallery and reinforces the falsehood of Islamic victimhood at the hands of Hindus in India or a Hindu India. Erdogan, of course, sees this myth-making a useful ally. Just as he uses the Ottoman legacy to project regional supremacy, Pakistan uses the Mughal trope to legitimize jihad. Together, they're scripting a narrative of civilizational exceptionalism, a violent rewrite of regions past, powered by Turkish drones and Pakistani propaganda. The Erdogan-Sharif or the Erdogan-Munir alliance isn't just a recent bromance. It has roots in the Cold War. Both Pakistan and Turkey were once pillars of the US-led Western Bloc. They joined SEATO and CENTO to contain communism. They signed treaties of friendship, trained together, and fought together in covert operations like the Afghan Jihad. But the Cold War ended, and with it, the facade of liberal alliance. What remained was the Islamist undercurrent, unofficial, ideologically charged, and now openly militarized. Today, Turkey's defense exports to Pakistan have soared. Turkish Ada-class corvettes are stationed in Karachi. Turkish C-130 aircraft are spotted in Pakistani military zones. Turkey is helping Pakistan with drone technology, battlefield strategy, and narrative warfare. At the cultural level, Pakistani Islamist thinkers like Abul Ala Maududi and Allama Iqbal are lionized in Turkish universities and mosques. Islamist networks across both countries share theology, tactics, and a common enemy, India. This is not just alliance, it's axis, an axis of revisionism and radicalism, an axis that sees the West as an enemy, India as an obstacle, and history as something to be rewritten at gunpoint. One of the most dangerous ideologies emerging from this nexus is the idea of the Islamic Bomb. First articulated by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto and then militarized by General Ziaul Haq, the Islamic Bomb is the belief that a nuclear weapon built by any Muslim state belongs to the entire Ummah. It's a nuclear sword of jihad, and Pakistan, the only declared Islamic nuclear power, has positioned itself as the custodian of this apocalyptic fantasy. Interestingly, May 28th is also the day of Yom-e-Takbir, which is anniversary of Pakistan going nuclear. And it is Pakistan's Markazi Muslim League, a political front for Lashkar-e-Toiba, the terrorist organization that India has been targeting in the recent past, is celebrating, organizing rallies across Pakistan to mark this one day. It's why Pakistan constantly flaunts its nukes when cornered by India. It's why Erdogan backs Pakistan's nuclear stance in global forums. And it's why the West's silence is not just problematic, it's dangerous. So what should India do? First, name the enemy, not just Pakistan, but the ideological engine behind it, neo-Ottoman Islamism. India must expose Turkey's duplicity, its use of religion as policy, its support for jihad, and its betrayal of global norms. Second, build alliances. From the UAE to Egypt, from Saudi Arabia to Central Asia, many Muslim nations are deeply suspicious of Erdogan's ambitions. India must use diplomacy to isolate this axis. Third, enhance preparedness. From anti-drone systems to hybrid warfare capabilities, India must prepare for the next phase of the Turkey-Pakistan challenge, not as random provocations, but as coordinated moves in an ideological war. Because this isn't just about drones over the border. It's about a delusional Caliph in Ankara and a revisionist Sultanate in Islamabad. It's about terror dressed up as tradition and history rewritten with bullets and bombs. Thank you for watching Statecraft.